Have you ever felt misunderstood? Like no matter what you do, people already have their minds made up about you. They look at you, or something you've done, and decide right then and there who you are, without ever asking, without ever really knowing. Now imagine living like that, not just once or twice, but every single day. And not just a handful of people, but millions. Millions of people watching your life unfold, criticizing you from the sidelines, judging you for mistakes you didn't even make. That's what Janet Jackson lived through. Hey there. Thanks for being here today. You know, we all have moments when it feels like the world doesn't really see us. Like nobody cares about our story, about what's really going on in our hearts. That feeling of being invisible, while everyone around you seems to have an opinion about your life? It's a heavy weight to carry. And what makes it worse is when you're trying your best, and still, it's never enough. People judge you for your choices, your silence, your words, even your smile. You just can't win. Janet Jackson understands that more than most. Because she's lived it. For decades, she stood quietly in the storm, carrying the weight of a world that was more interested in blaming her than hearing her. They tore her down. They made jokes at her expense. They judged her before she even opened her mouth. But through it all, she never let them break her. And that's the story we're going to tell today. The story nobody ever really told. Her story. It's easy to look at someone like Janet Jackson and assume she had it all. Money. Fame. A last name that opened every door. She was born into one of the most famous families in the world, a family whose music changed history. But here's the thing about being born into a dynasty like that, it comes with its own kind of pain. From the time she was just a little girl, everyone expected her to measure up to the Jackson name. Her brothers were already superstars by the time she was old enough to sing. And then there was Michael. The biggest star of all. The king of pop. How do you shine when you're standing in a shadow that big? It didn't matter how hard she worked, or how much she achieved, or how many records she broke, people still said the same thing. That she was just riding on her family's name. That she could never really stand on her own. Can you imagine what that does to a person? You spend your whole life trying to prove yourself. You try to make people see that you're more than just a name. That you're more than just someone's sister. But no matter what you do, it's never good enough. Still, she kept going. She worked harder. She created music that resonated with millions. She became one of the most successful artists of her generation. And yet, there was always that whisper. That judgment. And then came 2004. The Super Bowl. It was supposed to be another big performance in a long line of big performances. She was used to that by now, all eyes on her, every move scrutinized. But then it happened. One split-second wardrobe malfunction. A quick mistake that she didn't plan, didn't expect. And just like that, everything changed. That one moment became the only thing people wanted to talk about. It didn't matter that she had poured her heart into that performance. It didn't matter that she had a decades-long career full of incredible achievements. That 1 second erased everything else in the public's eyes. Suddenly, she was America's villain. The media went after her. Headlines screamed her name with words like disgrace and shame. Radio stations stopped playing her music. TV networks blacklisted her. People made jokes about her like she was nothing more than a punchline. And yet, the other person on that stage that night? He walked away fine. No headlines. No bans. No judgment. But Janet, she was left to carry the blame. Alone. And you have to wonder, did anyone stop to think about how she felt? Did anyone ask her what she was going through? The answer, sadly, is no. And that's the thing about the world sometimes. People are quick to point fingers, quick to judge, quick to condemn, but slow to listen. Instead of lashing out, instead of defending herself in angry interviews or bitter statements, Janet did something else. She went quiet. She disappeared from the spotlight. She chose silence. And people mistook her silence for guilt. But in reality, she was hurting. She was healing. She needed time to find herself again. To remember who she really was, beyond the headlines, beyond the judgment. That kind of strength, it's rare. Most people would have crumbled under that kind of pressure. But not Janet. She knew that one moment didn't define her. That one mistake, accidental or not, didn't erase her worth. And after years of staying quiet, after years of being written off, she came back. Her 2015 album, Unbreakable, was her way of saying to the world, without even saying it, you didn't break me. She sold out tours. She won awards. People started to see her again. And for the first time in a long time, they started to see her for who she really was. Not just as Michael's sister. Not just as the woman from the Super Bowl. But as Janet. Janet Jackson. And isn't that what we all want? To be seen for who we really are. Not just the mistakes we've made. Not just the names we've been called. But for the person we are underneath all of it. And that's why her story matters. Because it reminds us of something important, that silence can be powerful. You don't have to respond to every insult. You don't have to defend yourself to people who've already decided who you are. Sometimes, letting the storm pass says more than any angry words ever could. And it reminds us that it's never too late to start over. Janet could have let that one moment define her forever. But she didn't. She got back up. She started again. You can too. And it reminds us to hold on to the people who believe in us. Through all of it, through the judgment, through the silence, through the pain, she leaned on the people who truly knew her. The ones who reminded her of her worth when the world tried to take it away. We all need those people. There's this quote I love. It says, "The comeback is always stronger than the setback." And when you feel knocked down, when you feel judged, or blamed, or misunderstood, remember her story. Because people will judge you. They'll misunderstand you. Sometimes, they won't even care to hear your side. But you can still rise. You can still stand tall. And maybe that's what you need to hear today. So let me ask you, have you ever been unfairly judged? But found a way to rise above it? I'd love to hear your story. Leave me a comment and tell me about it. And if you enjoyed this video, check out the next one, 10 Celebrity Myths You Still Believe, Debunked. Trust me, you'll love it. And if this touched your heart, even just a little, go ahead and hit that like button. It helps more than you know. And subscribe, too. We've got more stories like this coming, and I'd hate for you to miss them. And maybe, share this video with someone who's fighting their own quiet battle. You never know who might need to hear this today. Because the truth, it always deserves to be told. And you? You deserve to rise. See you in the next one.